Hi folks, my name is Greg McLawson. I am the Affidavit of Support lawyer. I represent green card holders in lawsuits all across the United States to enforce the Affidavit of Support. And one question I get a lot is, how does it work to collaborate with a lawyer who's in Washington State? I'm based here in Seattle, Washington, if a client is on the other side of the country. And the answer is, it's actually pretty easy. Long before I became involved in primarily enforcing the Affidavit of Support, I've been practicing immigration law for about a decade. And one of the focuses of my practice was having a decentralized cloud-based practice. So this was back before COVID and before everybody started working from home. And one of the things that was really important to me was to have the sort of law practice where I could do my work in one place, even if my clients were in another. So before COVID hit, I actually spent a fair amount of time working from interesting places like India and Bhutan and Thailand, because one of the things I love the most in life is discovering new places and meeting new people. And it was possible, because of the systems I had set up in the law firm, to be able to collaborate with my clients here in the United States, even if I was over in northern India checking out the Himalaya. So now that my practice has evolved to primarily focus on enforcement of the Affidavit of Support, I've been able to use those same systems to work with clients around the United States on Affidavit of Support enforcement matters. So lawsuits involve the exchange of lots of documents, and we have a secure online client system that allows us to securely exchange files in a way that's much safer than email. We also use that as our collaboration hub for communicating with clients, again, in a way that's safer than email. And we've been doing video consultations for years before that became kind of the norm for professionals. So even pre-COVID, I did almost all of my consultations online. Now post-COVID, we just use those same systems to collaborate with folks all across the country on Affidavit of Support lawsuits. Sometimes the time zone difference is actually really helpful, because we can be working late into what's the evening on the East Coast, and it's just our afternoon here. So actually sometimes makes deadlines a little bit easier. But the bottom line is that really, from a collaboration standpoint, working with my clients on Affidavit of Support lawsuits from a remote standpoint is the same sort of collaboration I've been doing for the past decade with clients on immigration cases. And these days, our clients are indeed all over the United States. I'm not aware of any other law firm in the country that primarily focuses on Affidavit of Support enforcement. So it's good that we've been set up for quite a long time to be able to work remotely with clients in a way that's secure, that respects client confidentiality and data by protecting the integrity of client data. And it also makes it easy. Our clients never have to drive down to an office. They never have to work around booking a schedule at a time when they can drive into an office. Their client file with our firm is available at their fingertips all the time, whether it's on their computer or their mobile device. They can use their mobile device to communicate directly with me, to schedule a video consultation if they need it. And we find that this works really seamlessly. It's worth pointing out also that in federal court, this isn't like family law court, in the sense that you're not typically going into court all the time for different sorts of hearings. For most of my clients, not always, not every single case, but in most cases, the client never ends up making an in-person appearance in court, because most of the litigation that we do is based on documents submitted to the judge. So even in cases that involve highly contested motions practice, that's where both parties are making arguments to the judge, almost always that is done on written submissions. And even when the judge wants arguments from the attorneys, typically the parties don't have to be present for that. So it's actually very rare that our clients need to make in-person appearances. And it's also unusual that I have to make in-person appearances in court. When that happens, that's fine. It's easy enough to fly around the country to the major metropolitan hubs that typically have federal courthouses, and that's never been a problem. Post-COVID, it's actually even easier, because more and more judges are doing things like settlement conferences and case management conferences via Zoom, which is great. It saves everybody money, it's more efficient, But if judges need an in-person appearance, either myself or in cases where I have a local attorney working with me, the local attorney can make an appearance, and that's never been a problem in a single case we've had. So again, collaboration with clients all across the United States is something I've done in my law practice for a decade. It's something we're very well set up to do. It's something that's easy for clients to handle, and it actually provides them with a more convenient and more secure type of relationship to their lawyer than folks actually have had traditionally with law firms that focus on mostly paper files and in-person meetings. We find that this is convenient for the clients and is a real service to them. If you have questions about your potential case under the Affidavit of Support, feel free to reach out to me. We do video consultations, again, remotely, all across the United States and around the world. Take care.